Yeah, it is.
Don't believe the hype.
It was Putin behind it.
All right, what we on next with it?
People are fatphobic.
Oh yeah, let's have the fatphobic conversation. Any y'all fatphobic in the room?
That's why I work out. Cause I'm
Fatphobic? Yeah, you scared of being fat?
No, I'm playing. Joking, just joking.
See, look, the TikTokers got you.
Yeah, they gonna
tightened
kill
up
me,
now.
bro.
You're
Here,
like,
2
let me
seconds
be
of that.
careful.
They'll
They'll be
fucking
like, it's always a black man talking about some shit. Like,
that shit was crazy. Like, come on, little girl, you gotta listen to the fucking clip.
God damn. Okay, so there's this TikToker. I don't even want to put her name out there because it's like
It's not that serious.
Yeah, we really feel it.
she's fat or what?
Huge. So she was talking about like how your preference is like your preference for not liking fat girls or guys is fatphobic.
Yeah, it makes you fatphobic automatically.
And I'm just like, what?
maybe I'm just fatphobic then.
Yeah.
But she has like a whole campaign about it, like multiple videos and shit, and it's like, really?
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
If me not preferring a fat girl makes me fatphobic, I think the only thing we could argue about is the definition of fatphobic. But if by their definition, and she's like, if you don't prefer fat girls, you're fatphobic.
But okay, but yeah, exactly. Let's break down the definition, right?
I guess to her, I'd be a fatphobe.
Because like phobic, phobic means like you're deathly afraid of something. Like I'm not deathly afraid of fat people.
Yeah, but the same people said the same thing about the homophobic part. Because I said something about like, oh, you. Sorry, we're not homophobic or something like that. And they're like, I'm not afraid of gay people. I'm like, you know what we mean.
Yeah.
Fatphobia is the fear and hatred of fat bodies.
Oh,
okay. Hatred's including, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't
say
I fit the description, but no, I'm not dating nobody that got, I'm not dating no one that's fat.
Yeah, I just feel like it just says...
I take care of my body, I work out. There's certain values that I find in working out that I like to find in the person I'm with. And it's just about health, too. I mean, we could get into a deeper conversation, but... Your body is designed to be able to emit certain forces. That's why your muscles work together to achieve certain things. We have compound exercises, squats, deadlifts, overhead press, bench press, row. Like, that's not by accident. So if you're not using your body the way it's designed to, like your body isn't built healthily, your muscles are imbalanced, you're sitting on your ass all day, I'm going to feel it in that booty. I'm going to feel that flat old booty and know, like... Nah, this shit is not trained muscle, bro. And you're going to have back problems later on. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. I think it's crazy, though. Oh, good.
Oh.
We supposed to be better than each other, bro. Like, hell nah. Like, I'm going to start following. I'm going to start missing my days in the gym now. Nah, I'm just sitting on my ass getting old.
Yeah.
Nah. I ain't with that shit, bro. So if that make me a fat phobe, call me what you want. But you don't see who I pull up with.
I think it's
no fatty. And 7, unless we talking about the booty.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to get annoyed by people talking about like other people's dating preferences. Like when it comes to dating and what I'm sexually attracted to and physically attracted to, like if somebody was like, "Oh, I don't date black guys," I'm not mad at all. Like I'm not calling you a racist, saying you're fucked up.
That shit.
Yeah, I know,
that shit
but
is different though.
It's different on the way you deliver it.
That's something that you can't change. You being black, you can't change that. You being fat, you could change that very easily.
And you are the fat friend.
But I'm talking about just preference. Like if you don't prefer to do that, I'm not mad at your preference. You're able to have an opinion and date whoever you want to date. I don't have the. I'm not gonna get mad at you for having a preference about who you date. Like that's just kind of crazy to me. Like that's a lot of projection. Like so it's like, okay, if you don't date fat people, you're fat phobic. No, I just don't want to date a fat person. I'm not transphobic because I don't want to date somebody who's trans. Like I'm not any phobic because I don't want to participate to anything like that. So it's like
the way I because that was a good point, especially the trans one. But I differentiate the race part because if you just blanket statement like, nah, I don't prefer Asians. Like why? Like that's kind of weird. Or like I don't prefer black girls.
But you don't prefer whites.
Oh no, whites are totally different, buddy.
Hippocrates.
Hippocrates. That is Hippocrates, nigga. Hippocrates with a C. Hippocrates.
That's a philosopher.
Hippocrates.
That's a philosopher.
Oh, I thought you were saying that. I thought he was talking about like me being hypocritical. I'm like, this is Hippocrates.
Hypocrite. Hypocrisy, Hippocrates.
Oh, that's the first time you learned a new word. Okay, fuck the whites. We're not talking about the whites, bro. Don't throw me off like that with that shit. I was not.
You're gonna razzle.
We talk about. I'm razzled.
He's dazed. By the way, go stream Days right now.
Let's go.
Do yourselves a favor, bro. But nah, like if I'm just blanket statement like, nah, I don't date black girls. It's like, okay, well, what does that say? What about them are you not like? You haven't met them yet. Like, who is black girls? You haven't met every black girl. You might meet one that's stunning if you had an open mind. If you're just off rip, like, nah, I would never date them. Well, why? That's kind of fucked up. Like, I would never work with no Asian people. Why? Yeah. I knew an Asian guy did bad business. That's fucking weird. Like, that's a preconceived notion. But if we're talking about body weight and body composition and you fat, you not taking care of yourself, no, easy call.
I'm totally fine with like fat people who are comfortable being
bag
fat.
Some fatties,
no, I'm totally fine.
2 a.m.
You have bagged some fatties.
Where the fat bitches at?
No, you for sure.
Like,
she was like 300, huh?
I'm okay with like what?
You've had some chunky monkeys.
I got some Spartan fat girls.
Like three necks.
Nah. So like I'm okay with like fat people being okay with being fat. I have an issue about you complaining about someone else's preference.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like that's so fucking
keep it
irritating.
to yourself.
And it's like fucking damn, I forgot. What the fuck did she say? She said something that I was gonna make a fucking point on.
Well, shit.
Okay. This is what. Yeah. So she was talking about like I feel that if she wants to date somebody and it's not her preference, or like maybe sorry. Let me start over again. I feel like there's hella guys that bag fat girls.
Yeah.
I've met so many fat guys. We saw one of them at the comedy the open mic, and then I feel like she's only thinking about the guys that don't bag her.
Yeah.
And I bet there's tons of fat guys that will bag you, but it's you who doesn't have the preference of getting with them.
Yeah.
So I think that's on you. You know, like if there's something wrong with...
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I feel like if there's like you have something on your mental that's blocking you from getting guys.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's like if this is what you're complaining about, this is all you talk about. She even has a post where she's like, oh, you think your comments are gonna get to me? Your fatphobic comments? My mother hates me.
She's like, top that.
Top
that.
That's hilarious, bro. You think anything you say means to me? My mom fucking hates my guts.
See, okay, but like from the out, okay, that's more unattractive than the weight. Like, it's like the way you're going about it. Like you're constantly posting videos. People hate me, or people whatever. If you're fat phobic, like that's not attractive.
Yeah, her personality matches her weight.
If you were just fat, if you were just fat and you're like, I'm like just doing your shit. If you were just doing your shit, it's like I'm pretty sure you would be straight. You know what I mean?
Bro, the thing is, bro, like I don't think it's just like focus.
She got split personality.
No, that shit matches perfectly, bro. Her personality just like how she look. Okay,
crying, eating a Twinkie, like yo motherfuckers.
So that's the thing. That's what people
trying to catch her breath.
People act like being.
Hey, fat people that catch breaths when they eating is hilarious.
That's the thing. Like people act like being fat or like overweight. Like some of it is in the genes in the sense of like you can probably eat whatever you want. You're not gonna get crazy fat or whatever, right? But you still gotta understand what having a high body fat percentage is, and that anyone can get their bodies looking right. Barring injury, barring certain things, there's a reason that you never seen no actor that didn't get a role. They're like, oh yeah, it wasn't working out with his trainer. He didn't get fit for the role. No, you'll get fit. You just have to put your body through something with consistency and do the right things. When people be like, oh, no, I tried to get in shape, but that didn't work. That's like, bro, that's literally like you taking a homeless guy and he's like, he hasn't brushed his teeth in years. Starts up, and then a week later he's like, yeah, no, I tried that shit. They weren't getting white. Nigga, brush your teeth. What are you talking about? It ain't no fucking like, what are you?
Still yellow.
Yeah, bro, like, let's see that shit after 4 months of you brushing and flossing and it's gonna look better. It's not fucking rocket science. There's a way that our bodies are all built and they achieve certain things. It has to do with your calorie count, your calorie intake. Like, all this shit is very trackable, and especially nowadays, there's so much info for you to get out to. Even if you can't afford to get a personal trainer, bro, go to YouTube, go to TikTok since you're already there with your little bum ass.
How about this? Move to Uganda,
bro. See if
you stay fat. See if you stay fat over there.
Go to Darfur.
Yeah, go to Darfur.
Bro, so
go to Sudan and see if you stay fat.
And bro, the people be like, I've tried shit. Bro, I've never met nobody that was working out hard, doing the right things, dieting properly for 6 months, 12 months, or fucking 3 months, 12 months that didn't see results. The people that are complaining are the ones that have not done that with consistency. And
felt better about it mentally, emotionally, and physically. Bro. Like they're always like, yeah, the weight was so much I didn't even realize. Like I lost it and now I feel better.
And if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine too.
Get fatter.
Don't fucking complain about it.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, I love big girls who are totally fine with their bodies.
Wear it and be happy about
exactly. You chose to do this. I choose to be like this. It's like, I'm happy. I'm happy with how I look. I'm hoping that you're happy the way you look. When you're complaining about this type of shit, it seems like you're unhappy the way that you look.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Bro, because our society, it's all about like feelings, like how you feel. So we gotta have like body positivity. You gotta have all this shit. But it's like, some stuff you can just look at, like, well, what's the percentage? What's the body composition? Like, what's the, they take the fucking BMI test to see if you're obese and stuff like that. Like, it's not that complicated, bro. But at the end of the day, like, your body is usually going to look like whatever it gets put through. And that's why you look at every, Olympics is a good example. I always tell, like, oh, I got a personal training background. I didn't know. I always tell clients, look at Olympic athletes that do, like, each sport, you'll keep seeing they all have the same body type. Even skateboarding, they're all these lengthy dudes, and you can see they have some muscle. Like, they have, it's not the type, because they're not going to mass up. It doesn't make sense for their sport. But you can see, like, their backs are arched a certain way. They also tend to slouch a certain way because they're used to doing, your like body's going to look like what you're putting it through. So it's not rocket science. If you make the time, and bro, I know so many people, man, they had great results and they feel so much better about it. Usually, like, that 3-month mark is where people get hooked. They get the bug. That's why I be telling them, like, you get the bug. 3 months, you start to see the progress. Now you're hooked.
I can't miss the gym now.
You take a couple of days off. You feel like you losing some shit.
You feel horrible if you miss out on the gym. That's like the worst shit. Like, especially like a couple of days, you'll see it in your body, or even though it's not like fully there.
You see it. Technically, it doesn't. Within 2 weeks, you don't lose any muscle mass without work. Once you start getting to 3, they've shown that you lose some muscle mass. Fuck that. You miss a week, you're like, I feel like I'm starting all over, man.
I'm weak as fuck, scrawny
ass
arms, a little boy.
Sore, bro.
That's a different life. It's a different game when you're taking care of yourself. And a lot of people work out for dumb stuff too. They work out for different reasons. But if we're just talking about health and the wellness of your body on some primal shit, if we're talking about health, that should probably be a very high priority. This is like the only body you got for the rest of your life. You don't value yours?
And the crazy thing about her, she looks young. And it's like, okay, you're young. Maybe like, I don't know, 15 to 17. She looks kind of young in that range, right? For half of your life, you've had PE classes where you were forced to exercise.
What happened there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
PE wasn't doing shit for nobody though, bro. That shit was
but it's just
joke.
like, for half of your life, you're supposed to be active. So it's like, you're not leading a healthy lifestyle if at 15 you're considered obese, or like you're just way overweight at that point. So it's not a healthy thing. You can be healthy and be bigger, but that doesn't mean that you are optimal for your body shape, like you were saying. Like you could obviously do better. Like, there's healthy people who are overweight, but don't start complaining about it and crying and trying to get, like, what are you doing,
bro? One thing, this is the last thing I say. I think I might make a good little TikTok too. I can't lie, but I be telling people that's what we here for. But no, I be telling people, like, okay, animals, their muscles are super functional. Like, you see a jaguar out in the wild, like, they're using their muscles super functionally. Like, they're jumping, leaping, their range of motion is completely used every day in just their activities. And they're not fucking like, oh, I pulled my hammy, I pulled it. No, they're fucking functioning at a high level.
They're machines.
They're also not as intricate as us. We have very intricate bodies, so there's a reason why we tend to get more imbalanced. But they're using all these muscles, whether they like it or not. It's just a part of life. Us, we have these muscles that make us, like, if we're talking primal, like food, or like not food, but the pyramid of, what's it called?
The food pyramid?
Not the food pyramid, but like the order of the chain, food chain.
Okay.
Talking about food chain, we have abilities and characteristics of, like, what we're able to achieve through force, through strength, how we can lift things, how we can move things, how our shoulders are this mobile. Other animals, like, it's not that many other
thumbs
species
and shit.
have thumbs and stuff like that, mobile shoulders. We have a huge range of motion. Like, the way we're all built to do stuff is pretty big. We're capable of so much, but we also are such an advanced population where we could just be at work all day sitting on our asses. Bro, you're just fucking seated. Your fucking glutes are becoming underactive. So much stuff is becoming underactive, and so many muscles are becoming overactive because they're the only ones you use, like your chest muscles, just moving shit, reaching shit, and now your back is slouched. You're on your phone all day at the day. Like,
we felt it in the pandemic.
Bro, we become imbalanced really, really quickly because although we don't have to fucking hunt and gather and do all this shit, bro, our bodies are still designed to do that shit. So your muscles become underactive when you're not working out. Even if you're doing body weight shit. That's why yoga is so great. Because you're literally making everything so active. You have so many isometric holds. You're stretching the muscles, contracting them, which is the same thing we get out of lifting as far as the stretching and contracting. But that's a lot more isometric. It's a lot more holds. Regardless, your muscles are going to be active.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing over everything.
And another thing is portions. Like America's portions are all fucked up. We be eating like one big ass plate of food and still be hungry.
Hey, but we win it.
Yeah.
But we're winning, all right?
Or like we'll have like a whole can of Pringles in one sitting, a fucking whole box of Oreos. Like there's ways to control that. Cause like I said, if you go to Uganda and the portion, you eating fucking 1 grain of rice a day, you're gonna lose some weight, buddy. Give it some time.
But we're gorgers too. It's like as hunter and gatherers, you find a fucking tree full of apples, you gonna fucking eat. You gonna sit there and eat.
Here's one thing though that they say. They say that, and we'll get off this. I know we got on this for a second, but they say that back in the day, this is what a lot of the intermittent fasting people will say. And the kind of the logic, and I like it. If I was trying to lose weight, I probably would fuck around with some intermittent fasting stuff. Also, it would work well for my schedule. Yeah. But they were talking about they feel like the way we eat now is so much more than our ancestors did. Like, because for them, food was much more scarce, and you got to actually go out and hunt that shit. So they're not stuffing their faces. They feel like us now, we've gotten programmed to this 3 meals a day plus our snacks. You have to have a good breakfast, good lunch, good dinner, plus snacking. Their mentality is like, if you look at back in those times, people were not eating at that level of frequency. And so they feel like our stomachs are always nonstop digesting food. So that's why a lot of them talk about they don't get that afternoon hangover where they're like, or the post-lunch coma, or whatever they say. Yeah. The black people call it the itis. They call it, like, I forgot what they call it, like the post-lunch hangover or something like that. But they're saying a lot of people that do intermittent fasting, they say they don't get that. They're mad energized. It sounds like a good ass thing, and I understand the logic of your food is constantly digesting throughout the day, whatever you ate, and then you have another meal. You
got to give your body a break. You got to give your body a break. Like when I was fasting, like I was doing intermittent fasting for a few months actually, and where I would like start eating at 12.
You just be starving yourself.
I know, bro. You try to live in Uganda.
Nah, but it was cool. I'm not fasting right now or nothing like that. But even doing like a 2-day fast, 3-day fast, like I had more energy like on the 3-day fast than I do when I'm just like eating and shit like that. Which sounds crazy. Or like I'll be up like it's 2:00 in the morning, my eyes are just fucking wide open. Like I just have no food.
What have you eaten today? Nigga, you
no.
Water.
You had a peanut. Water.
I had some water. I cooked some salmon yesterday, so I had some salmon and like a little.
How many ounces of salmon you have?
It wasn't that big. It was like a little square. I'm still kind of like I ain't really hungry right now. I'm gonna eat later though.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll be forgetting to eat sometimes. I'll be like, did I eat today? And it'd be like 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, wait a minute.